Mm-hmm.
You give me that funny feeling in my tummy.
Happy Lornemas Everyone. Thank you for being here. I seem to have an echo at the moment. I don't know if that's coming through for everyone else. I know it seems to be good now. So yeah, look, thank you very much for being here. It's been we've made it. We have made it to the end of Lornt. We've made it to celebrate, the ending of life as Lorne knew it. So I appreciate everyone joining us for that, and I appreciate Cornhole Three Way joining me for this day. Hello.
Hello, this is going to be a good one.
It is, yes. No, I agree. I've been looking forward to this. So now, while I just get set up and all that, we've got a bit planned tonight. So once again, I'm just going to say a collective hello to the chat because we've got a few things planned, and I want to make sure we get to all of them. So, and in the vein of that opening song, Rollercoaster, not only is that a great song, it also kind of sums up what we are hoping to do. So, as I've mentioned many times over streams over the years, my favourite bit of Lorne's emotion, outside of obviously rage and crying, is just the roller coaster emotions. I love like when he gets all built up and he's all happy, and then boom, it's taken away. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. So tonight we are going to, the chat log for tonight is very, very short. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to go straight into the decoy calls, but from that night. So essentially, it'll be chat log, it'll be that call that they have before he goes there. Then we're going to go straight to the sting footage into the police interrogation. And so essentially it's going to be that whole roller coaster of building up to it, the excitement, he's climbing up, chug, 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 chug. He's right at the peak meeting his precious princess, and then it's all downhill from there. So I hope that's as fun as I think it's going to be. So, should we just get straight into it?
At the very least, we're going to enjoy it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. No, I hope everyone enjoys it. So we will just get straight into it. So now to finish off, I'm going to read as Lorne, and you're going to read as Kayla. So
This might be a landmark day in the chat log because I think this is the only time that Kayla talks more than Lorne.
exactly right. So which I'm quite happy about because I'm pretty sick of Lorne by this point. So let's go.
All right. So it must be just after school on Thursday, October 18th.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4:23 p.m. and Kayla says, "Hey, I'm here. Big smiley. I'm really excited. Thou will be leaving soon. Yay. And then I can start getting ready. Big smiley. I can't wait. Kiss face, X face, loves you. Lots. I wish she was home. Google eye face. I know, money face. Kiss face, loves you. Hi, love you. Hostage face, kiss face. Wish my BF would get home from work soon. I'm calling at 6:30. Hope you're there. Double wink face, super sad face. S face. Google eye face. Where's my BF? Kissy face. Google eye face. Hey, I was so excited I almost forgot. Happy birthday! Big smiley, kiss face, hug, X face.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Rose, big smiley, kissy face, penis face.
Yay!
Hi, my precious princess, Rose. Is that Rose again? Kissy face, big smiley.
I love you.
I love you too, penis face. I need to get out of my clothes.
Okay, you want me to call you?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Kissy face, hostage face, big smiley face.
I'm going to take my shower. Getting off of here. Love you.
And that is a wrap for the chat log.
That's right.
Holy fuck! If I hope it is a long time before I have to say kissy face, smiley face, all that kind of shit again. And fucking Rose. So yeah, that is part one of tonight done. Any thoughts on the chat log as a whole before we move on?
So on the bottom of the chat log, all the way at the bottom on the Perverted Justice site, they ask you to rate the predator based on the sliminess. I guess that means how gross you think their chat log is.
Yes.
It's from 1 to 5, and Lorne scored 4.68.
Wow. So pretty high.
Pretty high.
And when you consider it's funny, even when he's tried his absolute worst to be an absolute parasite, he still can't get 5. But on a serious note, when you look at that scale, I think the absolute slimiest chat log, well, at least it was the last time I checked, is it like Fleet Captain or something like that? I've never actually read it because I've heard enough snippets from it to know it's not for me. But it sounds like that is horrific.
Fleet Captain is now ranked number 2.
Wow.
There is someone named Davey Wants To that's at the top now.
Okay.
He's wearing cut-off jean shorts in his picture.
Yeah, right. So he couldn't even do that. I'm still. Are you hearing an echo? Is anyone in the chat
You're kind
hearing
of
an echo?
cutting in and out.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me figure it. How's that? I think that I can't hear an echo anymore.
It didn't come through clearly.
Yeah, really.
But if the chat can hear it fine, it's not that big of a deal to me.
Okay. Kelly's hearing a small echo. That's annoying. Why is that? What about now? Anyway, we'll go on. We'll see what happens. So, let's jump into the call. So we are going to go from basically pretty much where the chat log ended. So it's like, do you want to call? And she's like, yep. So this is her calling.
Hi, honey.
Hey.
Hey. Are you sitting in front of your computer?
Yeah, why?
I was wondering if you were looking at me. I'm eating a sandwich. I was hungry.
Well, you gotta eat.
Well, yeah.
Hear me chewing?
What kind of sandwich is it?
Bologna. I didn't buy any ham or anything like that, so.
That's another one of those things. If I stop finding that funny, then, it's time for me to move on, because that would never not be funny. Bologna.
Okay.
So your parents are gone now?
Yeah, they left at 4.
Good. Are you ready for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Me too.
Cool.
Cool. I was going to tell you something when I was on the phone, and I can't remember what it was now.
So, Cornhole, can you tell how much he's not looking forward to this and how much he doesn't want to go? I think that really comes across in his voice, yeah? Uh-oh. Looks like Cornhole is...
Oh, no, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, cool.
It sounds like he's, begging not to go, and she's kind of forcing him.
Absolutely, I agree.
Aww. Think really, really hard.
I'm trying, believe me. Can you see me thinking?
Was it about you coming?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
You're silly.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I remember what it was.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Let me finish my sandwich. Almost
Okay.
done. One more bite. Hear me chewing? Did you hear me chewing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have enough gas to go there and back and there and back again. So I'm gonna stay with you tonight and tomorrow and tomorrow night.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah. I mean, nobody's gonna be here, so it's not really gonna matter.
Do your parents have a garage?
And you know, this always amazes me. Like he's had everything. I mean, it's always a shit plan, but he's had this so planned. He's gone to such great lengths. Like, the reading last night, like we saw all the links he was going to try to, but now all of a sudden, because he doesn't have enough money, he's just like, oh, I'm just going to stay there. So all the plans are thrown out the window at the drop of a hat. It's craziness.
No, it's just one side of the house and then the other side.
Oh. Okay. Where can we... How much wood do you have around your house? Doesn't look like you have much around your house.
It's just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Mhm.
Okay, what about that road that you were telling me about? Is that a wooded road or?
Kinda. It's just like your basic road.
Rude.
I'm sorry.
Well, when I get there, we'll see how much gas I have in my truck. Then,
Jesus Christ.
and then maybe if I have enough gas, then I'll bring you back.
What a fucking mastermind. We'll just see how much fuel I've got. Hey, we might decide to come back here and run out of fuel on the way, but that's all good. It won't be, it won't be an issue.
Here and then take you back again.
Okay.
And bear in mind, this guy has no fucking money. He's concerned he's got not enough fuel to get there and then get back, or maybe even there. Yet apparently he drove around to 3 different pawn shops trying to sell the camera that totally wasn't for him to make CP. Like, don't think so, Lorne. If you were that low on fuel, I hardly think you are going from pawn shop to pawn shop trying to get rid of that fucking thing. But you did make sure to waste fuel on, buying a multi-pack of condoms and a janky fucking bracelet.
You're only an hour away, so it really shouldn't be that bad.
Okay.
So.
Look, and Cody Viz makes a good point. He says, see, guys, he was trying to let it down easy by saying he was low on gas. So really, this is Kayla's fault. Really, when he was just kind of be like, oh, geez, I'm worried about my gas. And at that point, she really sort of said, you know what? I don't want, you're obviously struggling for money. I don't want you to run out of fuel. Let's just forget it. You should stay there. And at that point, he would have been like, well, if you think so, Precious, okay.
And
Phew.
what about Bud? Do you want me to bring him? Because if I stay there, I can't leave him here and him not be able to go to the bathroom.
Can you get somebody to watch him?
I think we get enough gas to make it back here.
Okay.
I'm gonna put $20 more in.
Okay, just as long as you're sure he's gonna be okay. I mean.
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna be okay. I'll be even better once I'm there.
Not fucking you, Lorne. Your dog. Shouldn't give a fuck about you.
How about you?
I will be too.
Good.
What time do you think you're gonna get here?
I am thinking I need to take a shower before I go.
Uh-huh. I gotta take one too.
You haven't taken one yet?
No, not yet. I wanted to find out what time you were gonna be here.
I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm gonna go put gas in my truck. Then I have to go to Walmart really quick to get them things so I don't get you pregnant. Because I thought that I got them, and I didn't.
Okay.
So I got to get them.
Okay.
Then I'm going to be on my way. So,
What time?
I am thinking probably by 8:30.
8:30?
Yep, that's what
He
I'm
just even in this scenario, he has to tell the most boring story. She just wants to know what time you're going to be there, so he's got to go through, well, I need to have a shower, put gas in my truck, fucking blah, blah, blah. Just say the fucking time. Like, I don't know if anyone else watches What We Do in the Shadows, but he's fucking Colin Robertson half the time. He's an energy vampire, just goes on and fucking on.
My cell phone isn't working because it was I had prepaid time on it, and my time ran out. So, just in case you try calling my cell phone, it's not working.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's a long time from now.
Are you still gonna say? Did you finish painting your toenails?
Yep, they're all nice and pink.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna run and get ready, because normally it'll take me, like 4 hours after you get here to be ready.
After I get there?
I'm kidding. But I'm gonna let you go, and I will try to be ready when you get here, okay?
Okay, and what are you gonna be wearing?
Oh, Jesus.
What do you want me to be wearing?
I just want to hear you say what you're gonna be wearing.
Well, you know what color panties I'm going to be wearing, I
Like,
guess.
this is, like, she's clearly uncomfortable. She's making it clear she's really uncomfortable with this, but he's still got to get it. He's about to go there, but he's still got to get her to fucking say dirty shit.
In the previous call, when he was, when he asked that, and then he was kind of teasing her that she wouldn't have expected him to ask her a question like that. He was so gleeful when she was uncomfortable by it, and then he does it again.
Exactly.
He really liked making her uncomfortable by talking about her panties or lack of them.
Absolutely. Like, the way the glee in his voice when he's like, you weren't expecting me to ask you that, were you? When she's clearly really uncomfortable with that is really gross. I mean, it's obviously getting
sickening.
Her. It is. Like, it's the next level. I mean, it's obviously disgusting and wrong that he's saying this to a child in the first place. But the fact that just from a human point of view that he hears that response and his natural response isn't, oh, sorry, I probably didn't realise you don't really want to talk like that, or sorry that I made you feel uncomfortable. It was like, oh yay, like he's got no humanity, or very, very, very little.
And he asks her hoping that she's uncomfortable too.
Yes, that's exactly right. Like, because that's a good point, because there was no shock there. There was no kind of like, oh, I didn't think you'd be uncomfortable with that. Like, he was prepared for that, and he loved it. Like, he got the response he wanted, and it's really gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none.
Right? I guess so.
Okay, thank you.
I gotta go. I'll see you in a few.
Why are you rushing?
I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
Well, don't be nervous. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Why are you rushing, though?
We don't have to rush. I'm waiting to see you.
Well, I know, but let me finish my cigarette. Talk to me while I'm smoking it.
Okay, I can do that.
Good, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Guess what?
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Good. Guess what else?
What?
You're beautiful.
Glad you think so.
I don't know why anybody would not think so. So precious.
Like, there's nothing to say here. Like, this is sheetrock talk before sheetrock talk. And
Yeah.
like, what I think too is that he he talks about, down the track that how he was nervous and all this kind of stuff, and worried that it was a setup and that. Like, I don't think he was concerned about that at all. I don't think there's any, like, because you would think, even for a fucking idiot like this guy, you'd think if you were like, okay, I'm pretty confident here, I've got to make sure, like, you'd want some quiet time to yourself to run through the plan, to, kind of go, what should I, like, but he doesn't want any quiet time. Like, he doesn't want any time to kind of just, he is so comfortable. It's like, like, I can't really think of what I'm trying to say. Like, not that it makes any difference, but it's crazy how comfortable he is with what he's about to do.
There's no doubt in his mind that that's what he wants to do.
Exactly. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why that started playing. I must have had an itchy trigger finger. That's exactly right. Like, there is no thoughts of, could I, is this a sting or that? But more importantly, there's no thoughts of, do I definitely want to do this? There's no morality kicking in going, look, I know this is something that excites you, Lorne, but, is this the right thing to do? There's none of that. I just feel like there is, the more you think about it, the less and less anything there is with this guy. Like, you try to give him the benefit out of something, and it's not there. And like, the deeper and deeper his depravity goes.
It really stands out to me right here how difficult it would be to be the voice decoy.
Absolutely. Both Sherry Twist and Southern Aphrodite, the voice, like, they both did such a good job. Not that the other ones the other volunteers we heard don't either, but like, this would have been really difficult. Like, with the how long it went, the stuff that they had to listen to, and that, like, a lot of it is a lot more than the others. Like, especially around because a lot of them were, as Chris would say, fast movers. Like, a lot of them were wanted to kind of get comfortable enough that this was going to happen and this wasn't a sting or something like that, and then get there. But just the night after night, the same stuff, the experimenting, that would be really draining. Like, it is draining to read it. Imagine doing it when you're actually talking to this person.
And watching him on webcam.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they both did such a good job, and the great job that Southern Aphrodite does here sounding much younger than 13, but really playing up the whole really kind of unintelligent, submissive girl, and to see Lorne's reaction to it. Like, because at no point is he put off by it. And I think that, because, Southern Aphrodite was very keen to make sure he went to prison, obviously. But I just think, imagine putting on this voice and the person you're getting on the other end is getting more and more excited by it. Like, that's got to be confronting.
And it doesn't come through in her voice at all. You don't hear any disgust in her voice, which she had to be feeling.
Yes. Yep. And I often wonder, like, stuff like here where she's like, I've got to get going, keeps trying to get off the phone. Maybe part of that's just, hey, look, job's done. But, some of it's got to be like, I don't know how much longer I can talk without some disgust coming through, but she does it. She does it anyway. Yeah. Cannot say enough good stuff about them.
I think Buddy would love you.
I hope so.
I know he will. He'll be all excited and everything. And he won't want to stop playing with you either. But he's gonna have to.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me what you're going to be wearing.
Look at you, just wait till you get here to see, silly.
You are so precious. I am a very lucky guy.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Wow. Cool.
Nice save, Lorne. You
Yeah.
nearly said boy.
How was school today?
It was okay. I'm glad it's over.
Me too. I'm glad that my work day is over.
How'd that go?
It went all right. I was on the lull all day.
The low?
Yeah, the machine that I operate,
Oh,
that I
okay.
drive.
Oh, okay. I keep on thinking like construction, those big pipe thingies that people stand on.
No, it's like a forklift, only big.
What's a
And it extends out and like a boom and all that. It's all construction stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? I just told
Because
you
I
what it
don't know
was.
very much.
You gotta love the squeaks though. Yee, yee. It's so good.
He's so excited.
He is.
It's bubbling over.
He is. You know, he is. Right now, he is about. He's more than halfway up the roller coaster. He's kind of the initial nerves of like, oh, how high is this going to be is gone. And he's like, I'm doing it. You know. This is
Finally.
Well, not many girls do know much about construction stuff.
No turning back now, Lorne.
I didn't expect you to really know what it was.
Okay, good. I don't know a lot of stuff.
So what time did your parents end up leaving?
Well, yeah.
Huh?
That's an understatement, Kayla.
What time did your parents end up leaving?
What time did they leave?
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Good.
Hang on a second, okay?
Okay.
Got to throw up.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. What'd you have to do?
None of
I
your
had to
business.
switch positions. I'm sitting down.
You sitting
My
down?
legs got cramped up.
Oh.
Sorry.
That sounds like something. That sounds like something an old person would say.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to change positions. My foot was going to sleep or something.
Yeah. And look, even the way she says, she says down, it's just but that is definitely something like an old. There's a few things I wish I could remember in other parts of the calls. A few things she said. I mean, not that Lorne picks up on it. But yeah, you like that is that is what someone old like me would say, because
Well,
I sometimes have to change positions because my legs get cramped.
Lorne kind of talks much older than he is anyway, like from an older generation, saying stuff like your britches.
It's true.
So he probably didn't notice.
Did you shit your britches? He does say a lot of old-timey kind of stuff, doesn't he?
Do you? I wonder if would you say britches at all? Like, is that an old person thing to say in Australia too?
No. I would, unless I am saying it in a mocking way like that, I would never say britches. Like that is, that's like Grandpa Simpson would say britches. That's that generation.
Yeah, I've never heard a regular person say that.
Thank you, Cornhole.
No. I wasn't meaning you.
I know.
In Australia, did they ever use that?
No, look, I mean, look, I'm sure they probably did. Like, I'm sure, my grandfather or great-grandfather's generation probably said britches. But it's a very, very old term. And it's just so funny that he says it. And, well, I'll try to think while we play the call, but, like, what are some of the other, like, really old things he says? Because every so often they come up and you're like, man, that is when have you even heard that? Like,
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I love you.
I love you too.
So when your parents left, did you have a big smile on your face?
As soon as they walked out the door, yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
I looked at my watch at 4 o'clock and I was thinking, okay, Kayla's parents should be leaving about right now.
You were thinking about it, huh?
Oh God, I've been thinking about it all day.
So it hasn't come through in his words, but what he's obviously meaning is I looked at my watch and saw it was 4 o'clock and thought, oh, Kayla's parents are probably leaving now, which, doesn't really matter because I have no intention of going there. I'm sure that's what he meant, right?
Right, and that's where he said no intention. I'm not going.
He finally found the place. He said no.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was like 9:30. I looked at my clock and I was like, God, I wish it was 5:30 already.
So I cannot go.
I've been thinking about it all day too.
He's really wishing it was 5:30 already, so he could get to 5:30 just to confirm he wasn't coming. He's like, I won't tell her I'm not coming until 5:30. That's the time.
And then he was going to call Craig and Taylor and say, I'm coming to get drinks with you all night.
Exactly. Yep. No, that is. I have to look at things differently now that we've got that realization. So I'm guessing, they asked him out, to say, hey, Lorne, can we take you out and buy you drinks all night for your birthday? He's like, guys, I'd love to, but, I'm actually going on a date with my girlfriend. Oh, man, that's too bad. We'll have to have a rain check. But he was going to go home and goes, guess what, guys? I'm fucking in, let's do this. Like, yeah, Lorne's in, everyone. Like, they're fucking, shit's about to go down.
Life of the party is back in.
Exactly right. So, Nashville, lock up your mothers and daughters. Lorne's on the prowl.
Kinda.
Kinda. What did it interrupt?
Just about everything. I didn't really pay attention today.
Oh.
Are you there?
Huh?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Don't lose
Okay.
me.
I was gonna say, geez, don't lose me here.
Oh, I've listened to this too much.
No, I won't lose you, but I really do have to get ready. I gotta take a shower.
I know. I'm almost done my cigarette.
Oh, just smoke by yourself.
It shouldn't take you
I
that long.
hate how he says that.
Yep.
How he says cigarette right there. That's the most annoying thing he says.
The most annoying thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. It is pretty annoying. Like, the whole cigarette. So Shins Koala says Lorne's actual arrest is in 46 minutes, 16 years ago exactly. Is that right? I thought it was an hour and 46. I mean, I'm a dummy though, so I could be wrong. We'll have to check that because we should celebrate that. Definitely.
Yeah. You ready?
Okay.
I don't want to let go of your voice yet.
You'll hear my voice a lot in the next few days.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just anxious about hearing it right now.
I know.
And I want to finish my cigarette and my cup of coffee before I get in the shower.
You gotta do me a favor, though.
What's that?
Just before you leave, you gotta pet Buddy for me.
All right. Do I have to?
Yes.
You want to see me do them? You want to see me do it?
No, do it just before you leave.
Oh, okay. You'll be able to do it tonight too.
Huh?
You'll be able to pet him tonight too.
And I do, this is probably my favourite part of the call is where she's like, make sure you pet Buddy for me. Like, that is so deliciously evil, Just...
Do you think she's being mean?
I I don't. I mean, I think she's celebrating the fact that is the last time he is going to see that dog. Like, I think she's relishing the fact, you know, when he walks out of that house, that's the last time he's in that house, that he's going to jail, that kind of thing. But I think she's been mean to Lorne, even though Lorne doesn't realise it. But I do think, they would be concerned about that dog. I mean, I don't think Lorne paid any attention to Lorne, especially once he started talking to Kayla. But at the end of the day, even though Lorne's a shitty dog owner, Bud would have still loved him. Like,
well, I have heard several people say that they thought that was like a mean thing for her to do, and it kind of sound like, based on her voice, it kind of sounds like she's not being particularly nice. But I always thought she was saying, like, oh, make sure you pet him for the last time, like take extra time to say goodbye.
Yeah. See, my take on it, just personally, has always been it's that bit of both. Like, when I say it's like deliciously evil on her part, is because she is saying that in the knowledge that, because she knows he is walking into a house to get arrested. But I do, so I guess it's a bit of both. Like, it's kind of her having a laugh at Lorne. Like, you know what I mean? If you knew something bad was about bad to happen to someone, and you're like, hope you have a great day, with a bit of an evil smile on your face. But at the same time, I think, it is still his dog, and dogs put up with so much. So he's a shit dog owner. He's a shit person. But in Bud's eyes, he would be the most important thing in his little doggy life. So I think it is also, give that dog a pat, give him some attention, because who knows exactly where that dog is going now. You know what I mean? It might not necessarily. They don't know if a family member can take Bud. I still don't even have clarity if that happened or not, despite his stupid fucking story about, it's the dog or the truck, take my dog bullshit. So I do think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is really hard not to feel incredibly sorry for Bud. I mean,
yeah,
he would have given Lorne everything Lorne, Lorne talks about how, it wasn't meant to be a sexual thing with this kid, I needed, I was in a low point and I was vulnerable and that kind of stuff. Well, if you need that kind of reinforcement, get it from your dog. Like, that's what dogs do really well, is they love you no matter what, no matter what you have done wrong, no matter what's going wrong in your life, no matter what an evil fucking cretin you are, your dog's still going to love you. So get it from your dog, not from a fucking kid.
Good point.
Sorry to bring the tone down, guys.
I hope you have enough gas.
I'm quite sure I will.
Okay.
I've got almost half a tank right now. I've been putting another $20 in it. Should bring me up pretty close to full.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about the gas that'll happen next week too. So.
What are you gonna?
I wouldn't worry about it, Lorne.
Also, what would a 13-year-old know about how to budget your gas money and how much gas is in your tank for next week?
Yeah, exactly right. Especially this 13-year-old, who's more like an 8-year-old, who is, the sole daughter of 2 doctors. I don't think she knows anything about budgeting and, making sure we've got enough money to be able to drive next week, Kayla. You're talking to the wrong person.
Huh?
What are you gonna be picking me up in again?
It's gonna be a white truck.
White truck. Okay.
Okay. So when you see me drive in, you're gonna be all ready to come out, right? What are you supposed to bring in the bag?
How can you make that noise and not be absolutely appalled with yourself? How does that come out of an adult man? Or an adult at all? Have you ever gone, hee hee hee?
Have I? I might have. I can't say I haven't. But I probably would have pretended like I was coughing or clearing my throat to cover it up.
Yeah, good call.
What do you mean?
What are you supposed to bring in your bag?
Overnight clothes?
Yeah. And
And tell me, remind me.
your extra pair of panties.
My wife's panties, right?
Yeah, the ones that you're not going to be wearing.
Oh shit! What happened there?
I thought you wanted me to wear.
Yeah, the ones
Hang
that
on.
extra pair of panties.
I accidentally skipped
My
forward a
wife.
bit there. But Shinskoala says, what was he planning on feeding this child? And I think, unfortunately, you know the answer to that question, Shins. He's already talked about that, so best not to think about that.
Panties, right?
Yeah, the ones that you're not going to be wearing.
I thought you wanted me to wear those.
I did, but then I changed my mind.
Because it's his decision.
Okay.
You know.
Mhm.
I started having second thoughts about it, and I said,
Okay, so I won't be wearing.
This is like the bathtub. He's got it all figured out. He's planned it out in his mind how he wants this to go, when he's going to, take her shirt off, take her skirt off, all this stuff. He's planned it all out.
Yep. It's right. But he wasn't going to go there. But he has played it all out.
them, but I'll pack them.
okay.
I
Thank you.
promise.
And the whole planning, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it obviously excites him and that kind of thing. And to me, and this might be looking too deep into things and that kind of thing, but to me, it's that that same cycle that you hear about that a lot of serial killers go through. The whole planning of the kill and that gives them, almost as much satisfaction as the actual kill, and then the reliving it after that kind of thing. This is what, it feels like this is what he is doing. He is, and I'm not, I'm not Kennedy. I'm not saying he was going to kill her. I definitely don't believe that. But it's that whole thing. It's the planning everything out. This in minute detail is all part of the fantasy to him.
Thanks.
Oops, sorry, were you going to say something?
I was. Thank
Great.
you. Isn't it kind of weird how, okay, so we've heard him talk for hundreds of hours after
Yes.
this on
Yes.
phone calls. The way he talks to Kayla is so much different than he talks to anybody else. There's only a few times that he says fuck in the chat log at all, and he says that every other word when he talks to everybody else.
That's exactly right, and that is another really telling thing about he knew exactly how young she was, and what the links he'll go to there. And even the one or two times he said fuck, he was that's a curse word. He is really, really playing to his audience, that kind of thing. He has gone to so much links for this. And even just on these calls, this is a different tone than he has on any other call ever.
Yes.
He is, yeah. He's really, but it's funny. I think there's I think the second call he had where obviously, she took a bit longer to call than she was meant to, and she was sorry, and he's like, what are you sorry for? It's that kind of veneer, and that is already, as soon as he's a little bit annoyed, that veneer is already coming off. He's like, what are you sorry for? And then she's like, oh, she's like, well, you don't have to be sorry. And then he kind of snaps out of it, but it's you get a little bit of a look at the monster for a minute there, and he picks himself up.
And he's not going to be able to be, I'm going to say this, it's going to sound bad, be treating her with kid gloves for all that long. It's the whole veneer is going to crack soon.
Definitely.
This couldn't go on long. It's not going to be even a year before he's treating her like he treats the catfish.
Yeah, exactly right. And like, look, to that point, I mean, he was only just holding this together as it was, and you know, he wasn't tested at all through this. Like, basically, the whole thing, she does exactly what he wants. And as soon as there's the slightest bit, like, you know, for instance, you know, where she's at the party and Derek was there, and just the fact that Derek was there, he already starts with his shit about, you know, oh, if he put his arm around you, I would have been really pissed off. Like that's the so he can only hold this facade of a nice person for when everything's going exactly right. So if this was a real relationship and this continued on, as soon as, you know, she started doing anything that's not exactly what he wants, it would have completely changed. Like, you know, okay, and it's not nice to try to imagine that this was real and that, but you think about if this was real and they kept this kind of fucking relationship under wraps for all this time, when she gets a little bit old, she starts going to parties, the abuse would be out. Oh, you fucking slut, you're going to another party, are you? All that would come out. You know, better stay away from the boys and all this kind of shit. Like, he was only there because it wasn't challenged.
Most likely there would be a point where she would start getting interrogated about what she was doing at school if she was still going to school with Derek.
Definitely. Like, can you imagine the conversations around, you know, oh, what did you do at school today? Oh, well, we need, you know, in science, we need to have lab partners to do that. Well, make sure your lab partner's a girl. Better not be fucking Derek. Like, it would be as Reerg says, max honeymoon period for Lorne is 1 month, which I think is probably accurate. And he would start thinking, you know, all the teachers would be, because he thinks that everyone's a pedophile and everyone, you know, will take advantage of whatever they can. So he'd be like, you know, ask, you know, get your parents to ask you to only have female teachers, you know.
Because that's realistic.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Mwah. Did you get that? Where's mine?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, where's my kiss?
Where's your kiss?
Yeah.
I don't give good phone kisses.
I don't care. I want a kiss. Yes, please.
I've never given a phone kiss to anybody.
Huh?
I'm not good at phone kisses.
I don't care. Give me one anyway. Please.
Can it be a little one?
Okay, even a little one.
Okay.
I got
So
it.
that one?
I got
okay,
that one.
good.
Thank you very much. That made me happy.
I'm glad you're happy.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
Good. Me too. I'm going to be happier in about 2 hours.
I'll be really happy then.
Me too.
I'll be really happy then. That is not a true word spoken from Southern Aphrodite there.
So guess what?
What?
Are you in the shower yet?
No.
Okay, well, go get in the shower. I'm getting in the shower too.
Okay. All right, I'll see you later.
Okay. Watch for my truck around 8:30.
Okay, I will.
Okay? And
All right.
when you see my truck, make sure you're ready.
I will.
Open up the door as soon as you see my truck so I can see you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, I love you,
Don't
precious.
forget to put buddy.
I won't forget. I promise.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave my cam on until I leave?
You can if you want to. I'd like that.
Okay, I'll leave it on until I leave.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hey.
How Hi, honey. You're in the shower with me.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
You're gonna think I'm really stupid.
Why?
You asked me about the garage.
Yeah? And you have one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be bringing you back here anyway, so it doesn't matter now.
Okay. I'm sorry I got too excited.
Like, she has lived in this house forever long. She's just rung up and said, hey, you know how I said I don't have a garage? Turns out I do. And his response is, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll be bringing you back here anyway. Like, there's no like, twinge of, that's really odd. How on earth does someone not know they've got a garage? Is this all on the up here? He's like, oh, well, who gives a fuck about your garage? I don't have a garage either, and we're coming back here. Like, crazy shit.
It's actually kind of interesting that they didn't try to cover that up any better. That they were just like, oh no, just act like you're stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, is that like, have they gone, you know what? You have both in the chat logs and on the phone acted like a complete half-wit. This won't seem odd that you don't know this, but I do find it odd that that's their, there wasn't kind of like, I don't know, but I mean, how do you cover that up? How do you be like, oh, I just forgot we had a garage?
I would have said, we call it my dad's workshop.
Yeah, well, there you go. That would be a good way to do it. But isn't it lucky for them? Lorne.
That he's so stupid too.
Exactly right, because like 100, and they must have been worried because, like, 100%, there would be some predators. Like you see some of them on the show, like they're very wary of everything. There is some predators when you said, "Oh, I forgot I had a garage," they'd be like, hang up the phone. They would fucking burn their computer just because that would be to them. They'd be like, "Oh shit, like there's bullshit going on here."
Like Rutherford, maybe.
Yeah, yep. Rutherford, you think, yeah. I mean, look, to be honest, I think most of the predators would have been like, no fucking
if
way.
They were, like the halfway intelligent ones would be like, that's too weird.
Yep. But not our Lorne.
No.
Unless you want me to stay there. Do you want me to stay there or you want to come back here?
It doesn't matter. Either one.
Huh?
Either one.
Either one?
Yeah.
What about Bud, though?
Well, I guess we better go back to your place then.
Okay.
All right. I'll let you go.
Okay, you getting in the shower right now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. I love that you called. I looked at the caller ID. If it was anybody else, I wasn't going to answer the phone.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, Ed, after you get out of the shower, call me again. So that way I can get your phone number. So that way, on my way, if I want to stop and call you and tell you where I'm at, then I can.
I can go ahead and give it to you now.
Well, no, you can't because I'm in the shower.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll walk out here wet. Anyway. Okay. Oh, you stopped viewing my cam?
He doesn't like that.
It's a good thing you called back. I just remembered that when I was in there. Okay, what is it?
You remember funny things in the shower. Okay, it's...
Yeah. Okay.
I got it.
Got it.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye, precious.
Bye.
And that is the end of the call. So that was That was the last conversation Lorne ever had with Kayla. Well, not exactly true, I guess. He's about to have an in-person one, but that version of Kayla at least.
Who answers the phone in the shower?
I don't think a lot of people besides Lorne. Look, especially like back then, like because there weren't waterproof phones back then. I mean, I know a lot of the newer phones now are relatively waterproof, but that wouldn't have been. And so did he have a headset back then? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't ever
I don't
recall
think he
him
was.
talking about it.
I don't recall him wearing one in any of the pictures I've seen from the webcam.
No. So he's got he's got his fucking phone in the shower, like his Nokia flip phone or whatever it was back then. What a weird guy. So any thoughts on the decoy call before we move on?
So one thing that I think is important about that is how in this last conversation they were having, they were still changing the plan.
Yes.
He was saying, are we staying at your house? Are we coming to my house? What are we going to do? What do you want to do? Wait outside? Should I come in?
Yep.
So there's room to still consider that she wasn't clear on the plan. She thought maybe he was supposed to come into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she didn't jump in the truck at the very last, and like just as he was driving by or something.
Yep. And this is a theme. I mean, a theme for Lorne in general, but a theme for the whole chat log, that kind of thing. Like, you think of the things like, we've got to break up on Yahoo and all this kind of stuff, and then they never fucking do it. Then he's just like, oh no, should be right. Like, it's like, or even like last night, he's like, you can't give me your address on here. We can't talk about anything. We can't talk about that we're meeting tomorrow night. But then as soon as she shows some enthusiasm towards, like minimal enthusiasm towards the Mr. Penis talk, that all goes out the window, and he's like, what's Mr. Penis going to be doing tomorrow night? Is Miss Vagina happy to see Mr. Penis tomorrow night? Like, Lord, like, you've forgotten the plan already. It's so fucking crazy.
He spends so much time thinking about it and planning it out and thinking about how he wants it to go.
Yep.
But he doesn't mind changing it if something goes different. Like, he's not good at sticking to any plans, which is probably why he's not a very good contractor.
Yep. And that's right. But you think of this like, he's got this plan here where, okay, I'm going to come, you're going to have your bag all ready. As soon as you see me, you're going to run out to the car. We're going to go back to my place, all that kind of stuff. Like, all of this stuff is predicated on basically this is highly risky, highly, highly risky. All this depends on the plan going to things. So but then he's like, I don't know if I've got enough fuel to get there and back again. I might just stay there for the weekend. Like, that's a huge change in the details. That's a whole new other set of risks. Like, do the neighbours see him there? They're
on a cruise.
Well, that's true. The neighbours are on a cruise, but hey, does Jesse pop over one day and like, Kayla, who is that? Your uncle? Oh, I don't know. And then Jessie tells her parents, and her parents are like, that's really fucking weird. We better go over there. Or hey, does the cruise get cancelled? Do the parents come home early or whatever? Like, all this stuff could go wrong. So that's a huge change to have. But he's just like, oh, cool, I'll stay there. But then he's like, oh no, I might have enough to get back again. So what if they're going back? He runs out of gas, and a cop comes over and goes, mate, do you need any help there? Who's the kid? Oh, that's my niece. Like, why does your niece not have any pants on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, he did all this planning, but it's just in an instant. It's like, oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
He's not good at planning. He might plan, but he's not good at it.
No, he's not good at anything, really, is he?
Good point. Just because it was mentioned in the chat, Shin said they should have had him come in naked. like
like
Crazy Trini did. Yeah. That wouldn't have been hard to get him to come in naked. That would they probably knew. Sherry Twist would have known. He's naked all the time.
Yep.
She should have just said, "Make yourself at home." He would have come in and taken his clothes off.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, he loves being naked, and that's the thing. You're exactly right. It wouldn't have been hard. All they would have had to say is like, "Oh, you know how you love to get naked as soon as you come home? It'd be really cool if you came into my house naked." And he would have fucking done it. Like, that would have been great. You're walking around here naked, chasing the cat around.
Or if she said, "I'll give you 5 minutes to look around the house, and then you're gonna have to get naked."
Yes. That would have been so good. So we would have actually seen him taking his clothes off in that fucking
Oh.
Oh man. That's a time travel token. Go back and, have a chat to the team. We've got this great idea.
Yeah, she should have just called him when he was like a few minutes out and said, "Oh, I have a really good idea."
Yep. And then even like when he, which we'll watch in a second, even when he rocks up to the house, so like the plan had changed from, a few times back and forth to have your bags ready, come out and jump in my truck as soon as you see me, to I might have to stay there because I won't have enough gas. But in either, like, the way he acted when he got there didn't go to either of those plans. Like, if she was meant to jump out, why is he getting out of the car? And why wasn't he like, grab your bag, like, come on, let's go? But if it was changed to go in and staying there, why didn't he bring his bags inside? Like, he got everything wrong.
Right, because he left all the stuff in the truck, including the things so he doesn't get her pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But he also didn't say, "Hey, we can't stay here. I left Bud at my apartment."
That's it. Bud is the furthest thing from his mind now.
Yes.
So we're going to go on now to the sting footage. So we are at the tippy top of the roller coaster now. We're at it is just starting to go over. We're at peak excitement.
He's coming back, Casey. He's trying to make sure he can see you.
In a few minutes,
And I will just say, I know that, this has a habit of crashing streams, this footage. So if it does, apologise. I'll get the stream, straight back up as soon as I can.
Next potential predator will probably be thinking he too should have stayed away.
Okay, his name is Lorne, L-O-R, and you're Kayla. You should have condoms, pizza, bracelet, and a can.
Hey, I'm glad you could
Now-
come. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Turns out
He is so fucking excited.
There he is.
There he is. There's our Lornie. Hello, Lorne. Happy birthday. But look at how excited he is. Like, I love it because I know
he's
what's happening.
never been this excited in his life.
Never. And now, just a quick note. My take on the timestamps on this camera here are 8:35 that he arrives at the Sting House. So my very limited knowledge of time conversion has 8:45 in Kentucky been in like 20 minutes. So if that is the case, we're going to have a little celebration at that point to celebrate, the end of the essentially him walking into his arrest, and also the day that Lorne came into our lives.
today is his birthday. 37-year-old Lorne Armstrong, construction worker. He's been chatting with a girl posing as a 13-year-old for more than a month. It's one of the longest chat logs we've ever seen. 407 pages. Using the screen name Lorne A20014, he tells her how to masturbate and then asks her if she wants to see him naked. She agrees, and he turns on his webcam. He wants her to look at his penis.
Would you like to see it up close?
Look at that. that stance.
I will say they were very nice to him by using that picture of him.
Oh, absolutely.
Of his face. I don't mean the other one.
No.
They shouldn't have used that one.
No, but that's it. Like, he Like in terms of that one, he looks probably the best that he looks. But yeah, you've got to love that stance. If he's had his arms out like on the cross, that would be even better.
So you can get a better look at it, huh?
Oh my gosh. I guess, if you want to show me.
After chatting with the decoy, posing as a 13-year-old for just 6 days, he expresses his deep love for her.
I wish I could marry you right now, because I would do it. That's how special you are to me, and that's how much I love you.
But he clearly knows what he's doing is wrong, telling her to delete all evidence of their chat log.
Okay, delete your archives and remember, Mrs. Kayla Marie Armstrong, I love you more than anything.
He was so
Hey, what about
excited
Mum?
to be here. And he came walking in very proud, very excited.
Look, we got these new chairs. You have to sit down.
I have to sit down?
Yeah, look. It's a massager
Oh my
chair.
God,
It
look
vibrates
at
when
that.
you press the buttons.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
You can use either one of them. It tells you there's one for your butt, there's one for your lower back, and there's one for your upper back.
I just felt my butt. Thing.
You can pretty much tell a difference when you press
Holy, yep, that's my
That feels
butt.
so good, right?
I thought you had blonde hair.
Do you like it? I dyed it by myself.
I think it's pretty.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
He doesn't
Where's
mean
the
that at
pizza?
all.
No, absolutely doesn't mean that because he's he's made mention that he likes blonde hair, so I think he's probably quite annoyed about this, because he would have had that image in his head of this tiny little blonde girl, but he is definitely put off by how confident and composed Casey is. Like he was not he couldn't have been expecting this.
So, just to look at the body language, when he was telling her that, I think it's pretty, I think it's very pretty. He looks away from her when he says that.
Yes. Yep.
And then you can see the way she's standing there. She looks very confident in the way it's a little bit aggressive toward him.
Yep. Like she's got the aggressive stance. Like she's,
Yeah.
he's sitting down, she's standing up, almost leaning. Like, because I mean, Casey Morrow isn't a tall person by any means, but she, she looks intimidating here. She is kind of leaning into him a little bit, and she's got her arms on her hips, like she's fully in control, and he must be thinking, like he's a mix of just so excited that this is going to happen, but he must also be thinking, what happened? Like, where is the, oh, I forgot I had a garage, and Daddy, like, where's this girl gone? And I would have loved it if, Casey, had cut her hair short because of how much he goes on about
Oh, yeah.
he loves playing with long hair, because that would have pissed him off.
She doesn't have that ditzy dum-dum voice at all.
No.
In this, Casey doesn't. Kayla did, but not Casey.
Definitely.
It's pretty.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
And he's fidgeting. Like, as soon as he sits down, he is fidgeting with everything.
Oh my
Pizza.
god.
I was waiting to eat because I thought you were bringing some.
I don't want to bring you any pizza.
Well, weren't you going to bring me something?
Well, yes, I was. And I did.
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I did.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Look at that fucking face when he says, "Yes, I did."
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I did.
So he's trying to look as appealing as he could possibly look, right?
Yes. Yep.
But he looks terrified underneath.
Yes. Yep.
Like he looks so nervous.
Mm-hmm. Because this is because he would have game planned this so many times. He would have, thought how this is going to go down, and would have to be the absolute complete opposite of what he thought. Like, he could not have imagined this is what would be happening. In his mind, she was going to be there, ready with her little bag, and taking all the directions. You know what I mean? But it's the exact opposite.
I wish I could see his hand and see if his hand was shaking.
Same here. Like, this is completely flipped. Like, I'm surprised, Casey isn't standing there going, you're wearing panties. I told you I didn't want you to be wearing those.
Where are
Let's
they?
get those paints
Out in the
off,
truck.
Lorne.
That's right. I told you I changed my mind.
Well, what good are they going to do in the truck if we're in here?
Well, yell at me, why don't you? I haven't had a kiss yet.
Oh, okay.
That like flirtatious
Mhm.
look he does,
Mm-hmm.
where he gives that stupid smile. I hate it. I want to like squish his face in.
Yep. that really smug look. It's a similar look he has. Like there's a picture that like I guess it was a webcam still where he's got and he's kind of looking off to the side and he's got that same smirk on his face, like he thinks he's the fucking shit.
Yes.
And I both love and hate that in equal measure. But I just wanted to point out one thing too. Has everyone noticed that at this point, like he is not, sorry, what I mean to say is, notice when once Chris comes in and that, like he's obviously gets really dry mouth because he's licking and all this all the time. He doesn't do this at all. So you can see the change in kind of the way he feels because he's about to become a lizard.
Then what did you want to do?
I want to kiss first.
And then what?
Can I have a kiss first?
Do you see how his neck moves when he does that? Like when he was like, ugh.
Let's talk first. We just got here.
Would you like me to go on the truck?
That's the only time his neck has ever moved.
That's right. The last time his neck ever moved. The next time you see him, he'll be doing cooking shows where he's got to turn his whole body because his neck fails to move anymore.
Right.
Maybe
it was traumatic.
That's right. Maybe like this whole event seized his muscles in his neck in place, and from this day forward, he never moved them again.
No,
He
you
has
don't
to
want
look
your
like
thing
a
right
robot now.
Present I gave you?
Well, what is it?
Present I gave you.
Well, I can't tell you. That wouldn't be much of a present if I told you.
Well, you can go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit, not as bad as what you thought it would be.
Not as bad, but I still am kind of nervous. I'd rather like talk a little bit first and then like so I'm more comfortable,
That's like cool.
Cringe. That is like
yes.
cringe. That is like cool, and the little hand movement he does, like, wow, Lorne, you are 37 today. You fucking idiot. And we are so close now, so close to Chris coming out. I really want to try. It's like on The Simpsons where it's like, Lisa breaks up with Ralph and it's like you can pinpoint the exact moment that his heart rips in half. Like there is a moment there which I want to try to grab because that's exactly what happens.
Before we keep going, just to look, he walked in the door at 8:35. It is now 8:37. He had 2 minutes where he believed his dream was coming true.
two of like the 2 best minutes of his entire life, and then it's all gone. And we are actually at, as long as I figured out my time conversions right, the exact moment that Lorne enters our life and his life ends. So. So we are very close to the introduction of Chris.
Really glad.
I like seeing you in person.
Yeah, I like seeing you too.
Good.
So
This is getting hot. How come?
Oh, because press the red button. It's like heater too.
You gonna have a seat too?
I like to sit on the other chairs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Joe.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
Hang on, I just want to go back a sec. Cause it is right.
It's like heater too.
As soon as he notices Chris out of the corner.
You gonna have a seat too?
I like to sit on the other chairs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right there, that fucking face. As soon as he catches Chris out of his peripheral vision, that shock, it is we're flying down the roller coaster, and he's just realised that the roller coaster hasn't been completed, and there is no track.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
What's happening?
Not too much.
Not too much. You a Boston fan?
Yeah, actually, I don't even watch baseball.
But it's a Boston cap.
It's a Boston cap, yeah.
So what are you up to tonight?
Fucking idiots.
What does he say that for?
I
don't even watch
don't know.
baseball. I just bought this hat to wear it. Don't ask me anything.
Like it is so stupid. Like, I mean, personally, look, I don't give a fuck how other people do. Like, I think it is very odd to wear like the merchandise of a team you don't support, or if you're not a sports person, to be wearing merchandise of a team, like, you know what I mean? Like, that seems really odd to me. That's fine. Others might not feel that way, but then to announce that I don't even watch baseball, like, why couldn't he have just gone, yep? Like,
so okay, if he doesn't watch baseball, he shouldn't be wearing a baseball hat with a baseball team logo on it. What do you think he should wear instead?
oh, I mean, just like a generic cap or something he's into. Like, I mean, later on he has a
Maybe
Chevy.
like a Bud Light hat?
Maybe, like, that's right. Like, why not a Bud Light cap? I mean, look, I know he's a broke ass piece of shit, so I'm sure just that was the cheapest hat at the op shop. But I think it's really weird. And if you're going to do it, if someone says, "Hey, you're a Boston fan," why not go, "Yep, you know, go Red Sox," or fucking whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why not
You
just?
think he'd be able to turn in like the little pop top things from his beers to get a free hat or something?
Exactly. Like, it's just, it's if that's, you know, if that's the only hat you can afford, okay, cool. I understand you've got to cover up your horseshoe haircut, but just go along with it. Like, don't say, "Oh, I'm not actually, you know, don't watch baseball." Like, just be like, "Yep." Like, you're not gonna get a quiz. Like, you know, Chris isn't gonna be like, "Oh, you're a Boston fan," and if you're like, "Oh, yep," he's gonna be like, you know, who holds the record for most home runs with the with Boston? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a quiz. You're not going to get caught out here, and Chris is going to go, fucking knew it, fake fan. Like, just go along with it.
That's what we'd be worried about in this situation.
Exactly right. How embarrassing to be caught on national TV claiming to be a Boston fan.
A whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
No.
Chris is so fucking good in this one too. Like, he is so good, so in control. I mean, this was the last thing before he was taken off because of that fucking kitty fiddler killed himself. So like, he is on top of his game.
I like that he is. You can see that Chris is a little bit entertained by Lorne. Like, some of the things he says, he's just like, yeah, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Last several days you've been up.
Look at the way he
pretty
flicks through
prolific
that.
chatter there.
Yep.
Want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
You weren't really going to do anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
So you brought condoms.
Well, if you go then.
What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
A bracelet. And she is how old?
Supposed to be 13.
Supposed to be 13.
Supposed to be 13. Like, even that's a weird way to phrase it. Like, it's like he's annoyed that she's not 13.
Yes. She's supposed to be 13.
Yep.
Somebody must have lied to me.
Yeah. Fucking, you know, I just think it's wrong that I can't do a Dustin voice, but, you know, I just think it's wrong that he lied to me. Like, yes, that's the biggest issue right here, is that you, the adult trying to groom a child, was lied to.
That man from NBC lied to me. That's the thing that's really bad about this.
Like, that is one of the most enlightening parts of Dustin's police interview. Is like, you know, I know, you know, something like, you know, I know I did wrong or something, but it's wrong that he lied to me. Like, yeah, okay, we'll
Yeah.
get right to sorting that out, Dustin.
37
37. You have kids?
today. No, unfortunately.
And how much do you wish Chris caught that? Like, I would have loved him to be like, congratulations, you know, happy birthday.
Does anybody have a cupcake?
That would have been cool. Like one of the camera crew like brought out a little cupcake with a little a little candle on it. Blow out your
Imagine if they
candle.
sang him happy birthday.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. It do.
Imagine his face if they were doing that.
Yes. He'd be like, someone's singing me happy birthday, but I'm also in the most embarrassing and traumatic portion of my life. How do I feel?
He would be like, it's been 15 years since anybody sang me happy birthday. So I really want to enjoy it.
It's really bittersweet right here. And look, I don't want to bring things down, but Shin's Koala makes a good point. You know, just hold on, guys. You'll all feel guilty when he tells the Amanda James story. So, you know, let's not laugh it up too much. I think we're about to all feel like a bunch of assholes.
Well, Lorne has been through his roller coaster. Ours is coming up soon.
That's right. We've all been having fun. Now it's all about to turn sour for us.
So,
Nieces.
yeah, think the world of.
Yeah, you talk about your nieces in the chat here.
Don't bring up your nieces, Lord.
And you talk about how you like to spoil the nieces and how you would like to spoil this 13-year-old girl like you spoil your nieces.
Yeah.
Is this the way you...
Sorry, and I talked over it too, but that's the other thing. Like, you know, the lists of, you know, the things not to say when you're in this situation, lamenting the fact that you don't have children yourself when you are caught trying to fuck a kid is right up there. Like, if you're playing Family Feud and it was like, you know, that'd have to be close to the top answer.
Of the stupidest possible things to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No.
Now, what's your name?
This is what I was afraid of.
What were you afraid of?
Stupid mole.
What were you afraid of?
Just because she was a nice girl. And
she was a nice girl. You still haven't told me your name, though.
It's Lorne.
Lorne what?
Armstrong.
Armstrong. And where do you live, Lorne?
In Nashville now.
Nashville. What do you do in Nashville?
Actually, I work at a construction company.
And what do you build?
I just started there last week. Building a gym for a church.
A gym for a church. Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Now, besides all this chat here, and we'll go through that in a minute, you also sent a whole bunch of pictures.
Did he wipe sweat off of his forehead right there?
I think he did. Like, it kind of like, you know, wiped his forehead and his eyes at the same time. And look at his beady little eyes. So, I just love the way his face really deteriorates throughout this.
Now, why would you think that's appropriate?
No.
Those are all your pictures, right? Is that all you do in your spare time?
No.
No, he sings karaoke too, Chris.
Yeah, please, you're making me sound like I've got no life here.
You ever get in trouble like this before?
I've never done this before.
You've never done it before?
Not true.
Liar.
Liar,
Have you
liar.
ever met anybody in
Cancel
person who
fire.
you first met online in a chat room?
No.
This is the first time.
That's why he's busted.
So what made you, all of a sudden, for the first time, get online, chat up a 13-year-old girl, and drive up from Nashville to meet her for sex?
I didn't.
Lord.
For sex, I am not coming.
You send her naked photos. You have an explicit conversation. And you bring condoms. What does that add up to?
I know.
5 years.
At first,
He's trying to decide if he should cry.
Yeah. Yep. I really don't think he has any idea what to do here. He is just absolutely shocked.
But and crying gets him out of a lot of stuff, and he's like, I don't know, does this guy look like somebody I could manipulate by crying?
Yep. Because I think at the start where kind of Chris is all a bit kind of jovial with him and that kind of stuff, and he's all like not a whole lot, like he's trying to be, I don't know if a bit blokey's the right word, but the kind of maybe we can get a little bit of chemistry here, and I can be like, look, no harm, no foul. I realise now is the wrong thing to do.
It's so 8:37 at this moment. So this was the moment 16 years ago when Chris walked out. 8:37.
It is. So I love that we're watching it at roughly the same time it all happened. It's very nice. Didn't even really plan it like this. It's just that's the magic of Lawnmass.
Good Samaritan. The protector. Don't tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anyone from the internet your last name, okay? Okay, why? Because there are some real weirdos on here sometimes, and they might try to go looking for you. So don't ever tell them your last name, your address, your phone number, the town you live in, or the school you go to. You're one of those weirdos. I mean, was that some kind of a ruse to gain her trust?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. So how did it go from, hey, be careful, don't give anybody your last name, to, hi, here's some naked pictures of myself and I'm coming over with condoms?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Do you think at this point he thinks he's going to be arrested?
No.
No, I don't either. I don't think it's in his head.
Apparently, I don't know a lot of things, and it's not. So Bowling Green is actually an hour behind Eastern time. They're on Central time.
Oh, okay.
So he actually has a whole nother hour.
Oh, okay. So he actually hasn't arrived at the Sting house yet, 16 years ago.
Not yet.
Ah.
But he's probably getting in his car.
Yeah, okay. So he's getting his car. So the celebration was a little bit early then. So wind it back, guys.
Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited yet.
Oh,
well, you must
Mo
have
Green
something.
says we can each celebrate Lornemas in our own time zone. But that means you're really late.
I am. No, I'm early. It's already been Lawnmass for me. Lawnmass was yesterday for me.
Yeah, right. You're very late to celebrate.
It's all over for me. So okay, see you later, guys. Like it's in terms of Lawnmass, it's Boxing Day for me right now.
I mean, help me to understand.
That's what Lorne wanted to have with Chris and Xavier, right?
What's that?
A Lornt Boxing Day?
He did.
In a ring, yeah.
Yep, that he wouldn't have showed up to if it actually happened.
Well, he can't leave Maine.
No, so it'd have to be in Maine. But even like, could you imagine? Like, I mean, obviously this is all crazy alternate universes and scenarios. Could you imagine if like Chris got wind of it and he goes, yeah, you know what? As long as it's for charity and we can make some money for charity, I'll do it and we'll hold it in Maine. Like, and Lorne would be like, oh no, I'm not fucking fighting you. Like I wouldn't give you the time of day. Like he would fucking fight someone. And Chris, like especially when he was a bit younger, like Chris would like wipe the floor with him.
Was it supposed to be to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project? Is that the charity?
It would have to be, and see, Lorne could sell signed copies of Taken Abroad, and because that would also make more money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Like, I think this idea has legs. Come on, Lorne. We just got to get Chris. You just got to get Chris to agree to it.
Well, do you
no.
think that Lorne would be able to do like I don't know what you would call it in boxing, a double header, even though he doesn't watch baseball. But if could he fight Chris and then right after fight Xavier?
Well, he does tell us that he's got, so much fucking stamina it would make our head spin. So maybe, but in all reality, I don't. I mean, after watching, his shake weight video and that, I don't think he's. I mean, I don't know if he can take a punch, but I don't think he's got the cardio.
He couldn't even take a slap with a flip flop in prison.
No, that's true. So I don't think he could go 2 rounds with I don't think he could fight two separate fighters.
No, why?
You don't know.
I even did.
You don't know why you did it. Well, I think I know why you did it. You did it because you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
I don't think that.
No, what?
I don't think that was it.
Well, why don't you help me out?
Good
Why
on
don't
you,
you
Chris.
tell me what it was?
Because I wasted 5 years of my life on the internet talking to girls that gained my trust.
Do you think
seemed
he
like somebody
probably should have been a little bit more careful and not said he wasted 5 years talking to girls?
That's it. Yeah, women would be the word to be using here, Lorne. Like you want to be very, very clear on this. Like it's definitely going to give the wrong impression.
Yeah.
You could trust. So when you say you spent 5 years on the internet, what, getting taken advantage of by women? In what way?
In every way.
Well, not sexually, Lorne.
I was over in Washington State. That's when I started going on the internet.
When you lived in Washington State, you started going on the internet. And what
Dry mouth.
Yep.
I met a girl.
Here comes the Lizard King.
She said her name was Amanda James, and she told me that her daughter was her niece, and that she was watching her niece. Well, she was actually had custody of her niece.
Look at Chris.
And then
3 years later, I moved back to Maine just to be close to her because she lived in Pennsylvania, and I didn't date anyone. I didn't see anyone because of her.
All right. So what happened?
I got back to Maine, and I was talking to her on the phone, and she. My sister wanted to say hi to her, and my sister had been on the internet for a couple of years, and she was able to read people pretty good.
And what happened?
And she got on the phone with her, and she
fucking hell.
After she got off the phone, she was only on the
Chris is just like, for fuck's sake.
phone.
Cut to the chase.
2 minutes, and she got off the phone with her and told me that she wasn't real.
She wasn't real.
She told me she was lying to me, and she'd been lying to me all along.
Did you ever meet this woman? Did you send her money?
Do you think that Lorne's sister was going into chat rooms and that's how she learned how to read people?
How do you mean?
I don't know. That's what he said. My sister had been on the internet for a couple of years by then, and she could read people pretty good.
I don't think so. At least on the way that Lorne was in chat rooms. But I often wonder what exactly conceptually Lorne thinks the internet is. Like he just seems to think it's a different entity to what it is. Like it's just there for chatting or something. Like I don't really get what he actually thinks it is. Like, even how he says, get off the internet. Like that's not going to solve any of your issues.
I think in his mind the internet is either still chat rooms or you can look up ways to get rich.
Yeah, that's the two functions.
All kinds of Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. things. She was Dale.
The race car driver.
Yeah.
And so because you got taken advantage by a couple of women on the internet, you thought it was okay to take advantage of a 13-year-old girl on the internet.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
I'm very happy that you talked to me before talking to anyone else, though. This way, you'll be safe.
That's what I meant, too. I don't know how...
You don't know how what?
I don't know how I lead to this.
Well, here, let me take you down the road. This is how it went. You started with this, and then it goes to... So this is as thick as a telephone book, by the way, this chat. You started chatting with her when? Last month? So you've been chatting with this young woman for a month. And so it starts with you being the protective older brother type. And we flip through dozens and dozens of pages here. And ultimately, it builds into a very sexually...
Lorne, apart from his tongue, Lorne has not moved in pretty much since Chris has come out. Like, he is like from the neck down, he is a statue. His arms are in the exact same position. His legs are in the exact same position. He is absolutely frozen in place.
He won't move until they tell him it's okay.
No.
Explicit conversation. Right? I wish I were sticking it in you right now.
The camera work is magical.
Look on
you
his
tell her
face.
to delete her archives after we stop talking again, okay? Why did you want her to delete her archives? Help me out.
I've left my body, Chris. I can't help you.
I didn't want to get in trouble.
I didn't want her to get in trouble by her parents.
His eyes just so droopy.
Oh.
This goes on and on and on.
He's so pouty.
He really is. Like, this is not how he pictured his birthday going. Right about now, he had them, in his truck heading back to Nashville, pants around his ankles. Like, this is really taking a turn. And he must just feel like every time he closes his eyes, he must be hoping this is a nightmare. And when he opens them next, he'll be back on the floor,
next to Bud.
Next to Bud, surrounded by empty Bud Light cans. Oh, Bud, I just had the craziest dream.
Do you think naughty thoughts about me before you go to sleep? You talk about getting married to her. Getting married. She's 13. Huh?
No, she was 18.
Whoa.
And see, I love there, he started saying, I met when she was 18. But, if Chris doesn't say what there, I don't think, because he kind of trails off. I think even Lorne's going to go, this sounds fucking stupid. Don't say, don't try to correct, hey. I meant when the child was 18 we would get married, because that's what the law says, you arsehole.
She's 18.
I meant when she was 18.
Well, you were going to marry her when she turned 18. But you're just going to have sex with her from the ages of 13 to 18. Are you excited about me or my penis?
Every time he says a line, he closes his eyes.
Did you bring anything else with you tonight?
He's just melting.
He sure is. It's because you know how he keeps rubbing his face, to get rid of the sweat or whatever. It's like every time he rubs his face and his hand comes back down, his face has melted more. It's like he's changing his face like some kind of magic trick.
Like what?
Like anything?
No.
Nope.
Food, alcohol?
Nope.
So just the bracelet and the condoms.
Yeah. I wasn't going to feed it, Chris.
Nothing else.
Jesus, come on.
What do you think ought to happen? Oh, here's a good one. Is Miss Vagina thinking about Mr. Penis? What is she thinking?
Lord, oh, poor Mr. Penis. That's what makes that's what makes him cry. It's like he's been holding it together, but as soon as Miss Vagina and Mr. Penis was brought up, that's what brings out the waterworks. I didn't think about them.
He didn't want a man to be talking about Mr. Penis.
No, he definitely didn't. And look at that little tongue there.
Oh.
Where are we? I'll just go back 5 seconds.
What's up? What do you think ought to happen? Help me out.
I think I should go to counseling to get off the internet.
You should go to counseling and get off the internet. Did you ever say to yourself, hey man, I got a problem here?
No, because I never thought I did.
You never thought you did.
Thought this was all normal.
So he's had counseling for a lot of years now, but all he wants to do is to get back on the internet.
That's exactly right. So the counseling's working the opposite way.
Yeah,
the opposite
well,
way forward. Well, maybe he thinks he's had the counselling, now he's ready for the internet.
Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem? What are you going to do about it?
I can do some things I can't do that. Oh my God.
What does he say right there? What do you think he says?
I think he says, I've got to do something because I can't do that. And I'm guessing he's referring to, you know, raping a child. Like, I've got to do something because I can't do that. But it does because he mentioned the previous question was, you know, what do you think you should do? Is like, I think I should get counselling and get off the internet. So to me, if you're following that like in a sentence structure, it sounds like I can't. What the thing he can't do is get off the internet. It's like I've got to do something because I can't get off the internet.
Yeah,
I need that.
Can't do it by himself, at least.
That's right. What do you think he says?
I thought he said, I've got to do something because I can't do this.
Yep. Yeah. Let's just listen one more time.
Do some things I can't do that. Oh my God.
It's between them.
Well,
who knows?
Yep.
Do you ever watch television much? You ever watch a program called Dateline NBC? Well, there's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on Now, you're free to walk out of this house right now. But if there's anything else you want to say,
moves.
Well, he said he was free.
Yes.
He said I wasn't going to get arrested. Here we go.
Sheriff's office down!
And I love that. He is so, what's the word? Compliant there. Like he just 90 degrees turns to his side and straight down he goes.
On the ground.
Almost like he was expecting it, but I don't think he was.
No, I don't think he was at all. Like I honestly don't think at this point he thought he was getting arrested. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think his thoughts on what was going to happen here the moment that Chris walks out is that at first he thinks, he doesn't know, like maybe he thinks it's her dad, like, because, you know, Chris, he looks like the age of that could be a 13-year-old's dad, right? So
yeah.
I think he goes from thinking, and I'll be keen after this to think what you think, is that his first thing is kind of like, okay, what's probably going to come out of here? I'm probably about to get my ass kicked. And if that doesn't happen, I'm probably looking at like this guy. He's either her father or he's some kind, like he's a man. Like this isn't a good thing for me. But I don't think his instinct is to think that this is a television show. So I think that's why he starts out with the kind of like, oh, not a whole lot. So, you know, but I think he probably thinks the worst case scenario is that, you know, at the end of this, he's going to say, well, you know, he's either going to kick his ass or he's going to be like, well, you know what, I'm going to turn this over to the police, and we'll see what comes of that. So he's kind of thinking, you know, if I can kind of smooth talk him a little bit, this might end up as kind of, this is disgusting. If you ever come near my daughter again, you know, I'll turn this over, that kind of stuff. Kind of like what happened to Dustin that first time that people caught him and they kind of said that. And then when it's like, you know, this is Dateline NBC, he's now thinking, okay, this is the worst. I'm going to be on that. And while he's walking out of the house, going through his head is like, how am I going to explain this to people? How big is this show? Is everyone going to see this? But it's not until the get down, he thinks he's getting arrested.
Yes. And I think there was something where he said that he thought that the coverage on the news should only be local news. So he was probably hoping that for a while, that it would only be local, so his family would never hear about it.
Yep. And Shins Koala said, do I have the outside footage? I don't have it, so if you can put the link in there, and yeah, we can watch a bit of that before we go on to the interrogation, if you have that.
Hands behind your back, Porky. Put your hands behind your back.
Does that sound like they say hands behind your back, Porky? Sorry, Porky. Like, it sounds to me like they say hands behind your... Let's go back. I don't think they would say that, but it really sounds like they say hands behind your back, Porky.
Round. Hands behind your back, Porky. Put your hands behind your back.
He's taken to the local...
No, I don't think it is, but it sounds like that to me. Much like
it does sound like that, yeah.
I like the porn you sent me.
Police station where his car is searched.
Well, in Mr. Armstrong's truck, we found some condoms, a variety pack, plus some jewelry.
And later, he's interviewed by law enforcement.
I believe you transmitted...
Oh, look at that. I know we're going to see that again in a second, but that is great.
By law enforcement.
I believe you transmitted... quite a few photographs. I like it returning.
All right then. Alright, I'll let that play while I set up this next bit. Alright.
Now the devil said, come on and walk with me.
Cool. So, we'll go to the last bit of our little celebration here tonight in a second, but we might just watch a couple of minutes of the outside footage that Shin's just put through, because that's always good fun. So let me figure it. Can you entertain the crowd while I do this?
Oh, me? Ugh. Can I entertain the crowd? There was a call somewhat recently or maybe it was just text messages where Lorne was in the throuple with Jamie and the new Casey, and he was saying that if they didn't talk to him enough on his birthday or something like that, that was going to be his worst birthday ever.
The worst, topping, you know, the arrest and your life as you know it ending, not talking to them enough would make this like that. That's a crazy insight into the way he views his life.
He might have forgotten this birthday. This
maybe he's blocked it out. He does have a habit of blocking things out that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
And just Mr. C asked, do I think Lorne wishes he would have done a suicide by a cop at that moment? Well, like no, like I don't. I think a lot of people would. Like, a lot of people would be like, I can't live the rest of my life with everyone knowing this. Like, basically, just end it now. But I still don't think Lorne thinks his life is that bad, which is great. Like, that's crazy to me. But I still think he thinks old Lorne's doing all right. What do you think?
When Lorne was talking to Ramona, they both agreed that he has a great life. So I think he's about as happy as he could be in the life that he has.
Almost, you could say happy as a clam in shit, right?
Some people might say that, yeah.
So this is when he's rocking up. So he actually arrives there at 8:31.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's Casey.
I see a garage.
So he might watch until he goes into the house, and then skip to when he's coming out of this, I reckon, because probably not much to see while he's in there having his.
It's just the police getting into place.
Yep. So he's doing, like, he did go and do a bit of a drive-by and a drive around and that kind of thing to check things out. So is that
She
Casey?
is. She's walking down the driveway.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so he's seen her, so he's like, oh, no, there's my precious princess.
And he said she was jumping up and down and waving at him.
She must have done that. Yeah, she must have done that as soon as she got out of screen. Make sure you don't start jumping until we can't see you on cam, Casey. Oh, okay. I'm so excited though.
Look at how many times he's turning around.
Yeah.
It's weird how he couldn't do that before he got there.
That's right. So this is one of the streets that there was no way he could turn around on.
It's just your average road. Is that what she said?
That's right. It's just
your average road.
Rude. And who said that? Someone said, I can't remember. I can't see who it was, but someone says that listen closely when he pulls up. He says Kayla. Oh, where's Wildo? Dan Jones says Kayla when he gets out of his car. So we'll have to listen to that if I can shut my mouth for long enough. Or is he?
They're trying to zoom in, make sure they get him in case he runs off.
Yep.
Basic road.
What is he doing here? Like, he's turned his light in the cab on. Like, is he checking the number? Like, I wonder what he's actually doing.
Good question. I'm trying to think of what he might be doing too.
He must be checking the number. Because why would he turn his light on otherwise? Unless he was making sure Mr. Penis is ready. Maybe he's like having a pep talk. We've talked about this, It's go time.
It's finally here.
Oh, imagine what they're thinking at this point, because it looks like he is leaving, and you can hear it in her voice there. She's like, "He's gone." Like the disappointment, because they have all worked so fucking hard for this.
Checking MapQuest is a good idea. That he was making sure, like the address that he had is the same as on the house.
Yep, that makes sense to me.
Here we come again. He's for as much as he was worried about people seeing him when he got there, he wanted to park in some kind of woods around her house.
Yeah.
He pulled up right next to the garage.
Right next to the garage, under a light. Like, every plan he made is all out the window. It's quite incredible.
Oh man.
That little look outside as he closes the door. Like, this is the last view of the outside world as a free man. So we'll skip ahead. So there the cops getting ready. Stupid move. Are we going to get him coming out? I don't know if we are. So we don't get to see that. So that's a bit of a shame. But that's all good. We saw it on the other thing.
Yeah.
Now, also, so Shin has Shin doesn't want this to end, so Shin has now shared a local news report for that night. So we'll just quickly watch that one, and then we'll have to move on because you're not going to get to sleep at this rate. Oh no, that video isn't available anymore. Apparently, Shin. That is weird. Okay, now it is. Cool. Well, this is only a short one. We'll watch this and then we'll go on to the interrogation. So this is what was on the national news that night.
Perfect starter.
Sure is. This is incredible.
7 men from 3 different states are facing serious charges this afternoon after being busted in a sex sting. The arrests were made after police say the men went to Kentucky for a round of sex with a teenager. News Channel 5's Rodney Donovan is following this.
Could you imagine what like, being a local Nashville resident and watching this?
Story, and I guess investigators have some pretty convincing evidence about this.
Yes, they do. They actually have all of these guys on tape. Now, apparently these men went online looking for sex with a child. I know it sounds sick, but they got a big surprise when they showed up, and instead of finding a youngster, they found the cops and were carted off to the pokey.
The pokey.
Caught red-handed. These
I love that
mugshots
dude.
certainly say a lot. This sad-looking bunch, 7 in all, were rounded up in Bowling Green, Kentucky, after deputies say they drove into town for sex with a child.
Very
I'm
driven,
sure you
very
have,
motivated,
Travis.
very
Oh,
focused
there's
individual.
Bald Beaver Hunter.
Unfortunately,
Hey,
they were focused on some pretty
Dustin.
deviant behavior,
You
says
fucking
Kentucky
weirdo.
Bureau of Investigation Commissioner David James.
Our biggest responsibility is protecting our children.
From internet predators, investigators say these
Look
guys
at him.
were surfing the
Look
web.
at Lorne. Look at that face. That's his mugshot.
Hoping to score with us.
It's too good. Thank
He
you.
looks awful.
He really does. Like that is such a bad picture. Thank you so much for this, Shin. This is so fucking good. I've never seen this.
13-year-old. With the help of volunteers from the website Perverted Justice, the Warren County Sheriff's Department set up a sting. They say these men chatted online with what they thought was a youngster. When they got to town, they discovered they were sadly mistaken.
Sheriff's office, down! Get down!
Check out this footage, all caught from cameras posted outside of a Bowling Green home where the predators were lured.
I love that like 7 predators were caught, and it's Lorne's arrest that they show.
Yes.
He was right. He was the biggest thing on NBC.
House was wired with video and audio.
They know a star when they see one. Oh,
when they showed up, they were cuffed and hauled in. 5 of the men were from right here in Middle Tennessee. The other 2 from Indiana and Kentucky. Local lawmen want this to serve as a warning.
We wanted to make sure that when people hear Bowling Green, Kentucky on the internet, the predators will think twice about coming here.
Now, all of these men have been charged with attempted unlawful transaction with a minor, which is a felony if convicted. Each could face up to 10 years in prison. And, Vicky, all of these arrests happened over the weekend.
Wow. All right. Thanks so much, Rodney. Now, for more information on the sting and to get a listing of the suspects arrested and where they live, log on to our website at News Channel.
All right, thanks, Scott. An internet sex sting netted 4 Middle Tennessee men. All the men drove to a house in Bowling Green, Kentucky, thinking they would meet up with a 13-year-old girl for sex. Instead, they met up with police and were taken into custody. The list includes Jeremy West of Springfield, Lorne Armstrong of Nashville, James Fowler of Murfreesboro, and Richard Watwood of Hermitage.
Well, unfortunately, any place the internet is, there are predators. And if your children are on the computer, there's a high probability, well over 80% probability, that they've been approached by someone attempting to have sex with them.
Well, these men plus 3 others are now all charged with attempted unlawful transaction with a minor.
Lorne Armstrong came in his pickup truck. He had a huge smile on his face. He was so excited. He came right into the driveway, and I went out on the stoop to wave him in, and he jumped out of the car like he won the lottery or something. He was so excited to be here.
He sure did.
And he came walking in very proud, very excited, and he sat on down.
Look, oh my God. I thought you had blonde hair.
Do you like it? I dyed it by myself.
I think it's pretty.
Thank you.
It's very pretty.
The fact that it was his birthday, I'm sure he was thinking this was going to top off his day, and he just didn't know what to do with himself almost because he was so excited. And he almost made me feel comfortable. He told me to sit down in the chair, and I almost did because he was just that welcoming about it, and he thought he knew what he was doing and figured he had me. Did you bring condoms?
Yes, I did.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Well, what good are they going to do in the truck if we're in here?
Well, yell at me, why don't you? I haven't had a kiss yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then what did you want to do?
And she really nailed the whole thing in that little clip there, like exactly about he didn't know what he to do with himself. Like, you know, she was the original analysis of Lorne.
Yeah. So on this news segment, they're showing this whole thing about him, but very little about anybody else.
No, they knew who who would bring the crowds. Like they knew who was the star.
Well, I want to kiss first.
Superstar.
And then what?
Can I have a kiss first?
Well, let's talk first. We just got here.
Would you like me to go out in the truck and get my stuff?
No, it's all right.
No? You know what I want you to think right now? Present I give you?
Well, what is it?
Well, I can't tell you. That wouldn't be much of a present if I told you.
Well, you can go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit, not as bad as you thought you would be.
Not as bad, but I still am kind of nervous. I'd rather like talk a bit.
We'll
You got to get anything for his birthday. Oh man! But after that, Chris came out and he realized he wasn't going to get anything for his birthday.
Well done, Casey Morrow. Legend. All right, thank you again, Shin, for that. I can't believe I've never seen that. That was awesome, and it's so cool how much lore was featured.
Yes.
Cool. So we're obviously, the the cart is off the tracks now. We are at the interrogation, so we've arrived at the final piece of cake for the night. So enjoy, everyone. Oh,
He's
listen to those,
whimpering.
listen to that sob, those little sobs. I usually hate people crying, but this is glorious.
So it's like 20 minutes after he walked into the house.
It's pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that is crazy to think, because he walked in at 8:35, like that time, so it's been about 23 minutes. So 23 minutes ago, he's thinking this is the best night of his life, and so from that point, 23 minutes later, he is now sitting handcuffed in an interrogation room. That is quite fast. I mean, I don't know anything about Bowling Green. I'm guessing it's not a huge town, because even just the travel from there to the police station seems to be pretty quick.
Yeah, he's getting close to the bottom
Yeah.
track of the roller coaster.
He really is. Kelly Slimebucket Witch Lady. Is that table mahogany? And just while we enjoy Lorne's sobs, like I know not everyone loves drawing shit as much as I do, but even if you're not into drawing, do yourself a favour and watch his fucking Lorne to English translation of this interrogation video. It's fucking amazing. Like, just the stupid shit he says is just too good. Exactly. Mr. C says the only way this coverage could be better if the cop came in and put one of those little paper birthday hats on top of Lorne with a party popper.
Who's this guy that's just walking around?
Or did they get an ID off of
Sorry, I can't pause it for a second. Here we go. I'm guessing he's just like in other interviews, like for instance when I think he must just be another detective or interrogator there, because you think about in Dustin's interview where Catherine Reed comes in and asks Didinsky does he need anything, and he brings him some water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's just another one of the detectives, so he's kind of like the assisting with this one.
It's got a front row seat.
It does.
There's his hat.
Your Boston fan?
Maybe wasn't that left one up.
No.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mr. Armstrong, is I'm going to go ahead and cut that off of you. As long as you be copacetic with us, we'll be good with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Shin says they used to blur his face. He thinks he's undercover, so he's potentially, that's why they were blurring the dude's face, because he's undercover.
Mr. Armstrong, we'll go ahead and turn the recorder on so that we'll have a record of this. Just gonna go ahead and get back in the room.
Chest cold hanging on a little bit.
right, Mr. Armstrong, I've turned the recorder on so that we'll have a record of our conversation here. What is your full name?
Lorne Armstrong.
Full name.
L-O-R-E-N?
L-O-R-N-E.
Do you have a middle name or a middle initial?
L.
What's the L stand for?
Was it just...
L-Y-N-N.
Yep.
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, go.
It was just the other day where Lorne told Kayla, never say my middle name in public.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't say it in public either.
No. At least, you know, at least he lives by that.
How tall are you?
5'8".
Your weight?
With bush on.
175.
Brown hair, what color eyes?
Blue.
What's your home address, sir?
He really lies about a lot of his just general demographic information.
He does, doesn't he?
He lies about his hair color, his height, his weight.
Yep.
Nobody's going to be able to find him. Good strategy.
He's got it all figured out.
Does it still say on his RSO that he's 5'8" now? And is it because of this?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to look that up.
What's your date of birth, sir? And the zip code there where you live? And your social security number?
It does. It still says 5'8".
And where are you employed?
So, the most recent main sex offender registry entry lists him as name Lorne L. Armstrong, aliases Lorne Armstrong, Lorne Lynn Armstrong, date of birth 10/18/1970, physical description 5'8" tall, 187 pounds, doubtful, 53 years of age, blue eyes, white male with grey on the bottom. someone should put with grey on the bottom next to white male.
Does it have his hair color on there?
It does not. I'm guessing because it doesn't really exist.
Yeah, that's a little bit gray on the bottom probably too.
And I look, they've made a mistake here. They've said lifetime registrant. Not according to law.
Oh. He just has to register. He's not a sex offender.
He's not a sex offender.
He just has to register as.
And his place of employment is R&S pallets.
I wonder how that's working out.
You fucking idiot. He's not selling many by the looks of it.
And what type of work do you do there?
I operate a lull.
Operator.
Rig says hair color non-applicable, eye color mongoloid.
Mr. C says for the hair color it just has a laughing emoji.
Lull. L-U-L-L.
L-E-U-L-L.
L-U-L-L.
Big smiley.
Some type of machine.
Hey, there's Catherine Reed. You're in the wrong room, Catherine. You should have been in this one.
They brought your car out back for travel. I believe you were in a truck. What were you driving?
Do you think this guy did better with Lorne than Dudinsky would have?
No. I mean, look, I don't think these guys really got anything out of Lorne. but I mean, to be fair, they probably looked at everything like we don't have to, like, but I don't think any guy would have got much out of Lorne because I don't think he's going to, give any information to a guy, especially not, something as embarrassing and humiliating as this. I do think that Dudinsky with, if he did the same kind of tactic he did on Lon Dustin, like that kind of like, down on his kind of level, like, hey, we all make mistakes, and I'm a chubby guy too, that kind of thing. Like I think Dudinsky would have got a little bit more if he was that kind of thing. I mean, Lorne wouldn't. If he was like, hey, I'm a chubby guy too, Lorne would have been like, well, I'm not chubby.
Yeah, he would have been offended by that.
Yeah, that's right. But if he was kind of like, mate, look, let's talk this out. Let's see where this goes. He would have got a bit more. But I definitely think Catherine Reed would have got way more information out of him. That kind of, I don't know, that mothering kind of tactic she took a bit with Bald Beaver Hunter and that kind of thing. And like you remember in that interview with Bald Beaver Hunter where she's like, basically, how are you going to tell your wife? Like, why don't we role play that? Like, imagine if she was like, how are you going to tell your mum, Lorne? Why don't you role play that? I'll be your mum. And it's like, oh, Lorne, what's happened? And then Lorne, they do a little role play. That would be fucking awesome.
It would have, except he would have just been like, have you been just, sitting on your ass in your chair?
Yeah.
Have you been eating your sweets?
And even Catherine Reed would have been like, oh, well, I'm going to go. There's no point talking to you.
And he would have gotten her to stay. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. Okay, fine.
What year is that?
99.
Dodge Ram?
Yeah.
And what color is it?
White with gray on the bottom.
He's really insistent on that.
Yes, it's very important.
There's a lot of white trucks out there. I want to make sure you know exactly which one.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Armstrong, before we ask you any questions or try to talk to you here tonight, I need to advise you of a statement of your rights so that you understand those. Has anybody read you your rights yet so far? All right. Before we ask you any questions, you should know your rights. You may remain silent. Anything that you say may be used against you in a court or in any other proceedings. You have the right to consult an attorney before you make any statement or answer any question, and you may have an attorney with you during the questioning. You may request the court to appoint an attorney for you if you cannot afford to hire one. You may stop the questioning at any time by refusing to answer any further questions or by requesting a consultation with your attorney. In other words, if you agree to talk to us here and I ask you something that you don't
Cry
answer,
harder,
you
Lorne.
don't have to.
They might
Now's
let
your
you go.
opportunity to try to help yourself. You understand those rights that I've explained to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I'm glad we're watching this. Like, after reading some of those nights, this is really cathartic.
I would never normally laugh at someone crying, but this is just
Me
funny.
either. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. And it's like he doesn't have, I'm sorry if this is offensive, but he doesn't have any pride to just take it. He committed the crime. Yep.
He shouldn't be just whining and pouting like a little baby.
That's it. Like, and a lot of them, not that I'm giving any of these fucking predators any credit, but a lot of them will just be look. I mean, even Dustin, as pathetic as that weasel was in his interrogation, even he said, I'm between a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? Like I'm guilty. Like most of them will cop to the fact that they try to make excuses and stuff like that. But I can't think of any others that have sat there whimpering like this.
Mr. Armstrong, if you would, right here. It says that I've explained those rights to you and that you understand what your rights are. if you want to talk to us and try to get this mess straightened out as it can be tonight, the bottom part here says, having the above statement of my rights read and explained to me and fully understanding them, I hereby waive these rights at such and such time on the date. I do this freely and voluntarily without threat or promise. Would you like to talk to us and see what's going on here and try to get to the bottom of this?
Am I going to go to jail tonight?
Yes, sir, I won't lie to you. That's one thing I won't do.
He goes and gets in the chair.
I will give you that much courtesy that I don't lie.
That guy is like, he's like, I can't watch this anymore. Come on, blow your nose.
That's exactly right. Dry your face, blow your nose. This is hard to watch, mate.
To you, and I would expect the same courtesy in return, is that you be truthful and not lie to me.
How long am I going to be there?
Well, that'll be up to the judge to set your bond. Would you like to talk to us and try to get this thing straightened out as much as possible?
I'd like to know why I was stupid to do that.
Well, can't help you with that
We all
one.
do.
Isn't that a funny thing to say to this guy? I want to know why I'm so stupid to do that. Like, what's he meant to say? Like, fucked if I know, mate. Like,
Probably an IQ thing. Have you thought of that?
I've never had anything on my record besides an OUI.
that means nothing.
Well, as the gentleman explained to you out there at the house, Dateline runs a series called To Catch.
And actually, I talked over an
Cameras
important
were
part
there
there.
Well, like I say, if
I'd like to want to know why the cameras were there, and I've never had anything on my record besides an OUI.
So he still hasn't really put it all together yet. Like, you know, he's saying, I want to know why the cameras are there when I've had nothing on my record except an OUI. Like, he still hasn't worked out that, you know, this was a broad-netted scheme to try and, you know, catch, like he still kind of thinks that he was completely targeted at this point. Like, he thinks, I mean, he still in a lot of ways thinks that now, but at this point he thinks that, you know, he's the only one that got that this was all for Lorne. Like, as if they've looked through and they've gone, what criminals do we have locally? Oh, here's a bloke with an OUI. Do you reckon he might fuck a kid? Well, let's see. You know?
Well, what I was thinking, right now in his mind, it might be that this was really Kayla, and her parents found the archives from their chat and called the local news, and the local news was so interested that they came to make a story out of it. He was the only one that was caught.
Yep.
But he thinks, why would they be interested in me? The only thing I ever had on my record was an OUI. Why would they be interested in what I'm doing to make this into a news story?
Yep. Because I don't think he thinks what he does is that big a deal. Like, cause he's said stuff to that effect, like, you know, kind of, you know, love is love or whatever the fucking bullshit he says. But that's the thing. Like, he doesn't like. I still think at this point, much like you just said there, like he doesn't realize or can't comprehend that this was all fake. This was all a sting to catch him. Like, he's thinking, you know, Kayla's been caught. Like, this is how this has come about. Is that like Kayla is real? Like, exactly like you said there. Her parents, like, you know. Like, his precious princess wouldn't have ratted him out. Her parents found the chat logs. She's now, you know, grounded for the rest of her life kind of thing. And this is why it's come about, is because they found that out. And he's probably thinking, I fucking told her to delete her archives.
Do you think at this point he would guess that Kayla would come to visit him in prison?
Trying to go into Lorne's mindset, probably. I could see him, like, you know, thinking that, you know, she'll sneak out and say that she's going to Jesse, but, you know, she'll come down and visit me. I couldn't say that Lorne wouldn't think that, because he has some crazy thoughts.
Well, as the gentleman explained to you out there at the house,
Yep.
Dateline runs a series called To Catch a Predator. That was Chris Hansen from NBC News. And this is a sting operation to catch people that chat on the internet with an underage female and solicit sex.
I never even meant to do it.
Again, we're a little bit handicapped here unless you're willing to talk to us. We'll sit here and talk with you as long as you want to, once you understand your rights. And if you understand those and you want to talk to us, if you would just sign right there. And like I say, if I ask you something that you don't want to answer, you don't have to. And the other thing was, understand that you said when you first arrived at the house that you have some condoms in your truck.
Yeah.
Would you be willing?
And also, right now is actually when 16 years ago Lorne arrived at the house.
Oh, you got it. Good.
To go to your truck.
Oh,
Look in that.
do you see what this is? They've already searched his truck, and this is where they're plotting to do it again so they can bop him on the nose.
This is all part of their plan. And that's so funny how bent out of shape he got. He got out of that they bumped his nose. Like, fucking.
Well, because he put his nose between his legs.
Yes.
They were just trying to get a good shot.
I'm just trying to get a good shot. And the way he says it, almost like, that should have, been a technicality to get him off. Like, what? They hit your nose with the camera? Okay,
You're
case
free
dismissed.
To recover the condoms. And do you have any other contraband in there, a weapon, anything else?
No.
Does that sound reasonable that you would give us a consent to get those?
How much is it gonna hurt me when I do that? Yeah, you can have them.
When was the last time you cried this hard?
Oh, honestly, I can't think of a time, and I'm not saying I'm some, big tough guy that doesn't cry. Like, I definitely do, but this kind of cry, like, I can't, I've had some, sad things happen in my life, like
Sure.
everyone, but, like, I don't think I probably when I was a kid trying to fucking get out of something naughty I did, you know what I mean?
Is that a coincidence?
Hey?
Is that a coincidence? You don't. He's probably just trying to cry and get out of it.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I definitely think I don't think he's trying to hold it back for that kind of thing. But yeah, this is such intense crying. Obviously
He can't catch his breath.
No, obviously it's a very traumatic time, but we've seen so many of the other predators that have been caught the exact same situation, and they don't cry like this. But there's a call where he cries, and it's more than this, and it is like, oh, fuck, I wish I could remember it. Oh yeah, it's the call where he he's told Dan Casey's secret about how she was sexually assaulted.
Yep.
And he's crying there, and that's crying harder than this. Like, it is so pathetic. But yeah, my long-winded answer to your question is I don't think I've ever cried like this. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm sure I have. But I don't think I was sitting in front of a bunch of people.
Save that for your private time.
Yeah.
put on some I don't know, can't think of a sad song, and let it all out.
Can I get a drink of water?
Man, this guy has had a dry mouth for a long time, guys. And that douche is probably like, yeah, fucking any excuse to leave this room right now. And then he shuts the door and laughs his ass off.
Can we hear him? I hope we can.
Yes, let's listen. They must have good soundproofing. Although we heard Catherine Reed before. I mean, this would be awkward for him. I mean, at least the main interrogator is asking questions and stuff. He's just got to sit there, and it might just be me, but I would. I mean, if I didn't know all this stuff about Lorne, so I find this very funny. This would be incredibly awkward for me. Like, usually I find it very awkward when people cry, or people are sad. Like, it's if you're not talking to them, you can't, like, you feel, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if awkward's the right word, but if I was that dude, not knowing what I know about Lorne now, I'd be like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, this is awkward as fuck.
Well, what if you were in charge of trying to comfort him? You're like, there. You'll be in your cell soon.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you consider what he's been caught for, there probably wouldn't be the urge to comfort him. So I'd probably be like that dude, handing him the tissues and offering him some water is the extent of my my sympathy here.
That's about all he deserves. Yes, agree.
Yeah, well, I don't think he even deserves the water, but in saying that, he's probably there with his tongue. His tongue would be going everywhere right now.
Yeah, that guy was the guy that sits in the corner. He has nothing to do except sit and look at Lorne, and he's getting very uncomfortable.
I can't look at this fucking tongue anymore. Do you want some water?
Says I hereby consent to complete search of the premises, property, or vehicle located at the Bowling Green Police Department, and more particularly described as follows. It's a 1999 Dodge Ram 1500. White with gray bottom.
Bring you some water up here, partner.
Says I grant this consent to the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation. And my name is Ken Gillingham. I'm an agent with the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation. And to the Warren County Sheriff's Office.
I'm Detective Young with the Warren County Sheriff's Department.
Nice to meet you.
I grant this consent to the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation, the Warren
Put your
County
manners
Sheriff's
back in.
Office, known to me to be an agent of the Office of the Attorney General, which the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation is an Office of the Attorney General, and to such other officers deemed necessary to assist. I know that I have a right to refuse to consent, and I voluntarily give up that right. I know that the agent does not have a search warrant. I have not been threatened or coerced in any way, nor have I been promised any favor or benefit. I've read this consent form or had it read to me, and I understand it. The date is October 18th, 2007, and the time is now 9:18 p.m. Sign right there, please, sir. And then print your name below that.
Oh, there's your water.
There's your water.
Happy birthday.
Mr. Armstrong, why are we here tonight?
Because I was on the internet with a girl.
Do you recall the girl's name? She was by in the chats.
Kayla Moore.
And how old did she say
Moore
that she
Armstrong.
was?
13.
It is surprising.
He doesn't say Armstrong.
Yes, he said it so many times. It's surprising.
If he had said that out of force of habit, like I would lose it. I don't know. I don't know if I would recover. Could you imagine that? It's like, what was her name? Kayla Marie Armstrong. Or even if he just started saying he kind of called himself. Geez, that would be funny.
Yes. Yes.
When did you first start chatting with her?
So it was about a month ago.
So C&J Dev says Boston was up 2-1 when this was going on. They score 4 more runs, the first of 7 wins. That's your team, Lorne. I mean, I know you're not having a good night here, but they really go on a streak after this.
Down back in September. If I told you it was around September 17th, according to the chat logs that I have here in front of me, would that sound about right?
Yeah.
And what did you chat with Kayla about? Did your all's chats become sexual in content?
Yes.
Were they very explicit in sexual nature?
Why to speak up there, Lorne?
He's a lot less talkative now than he was in the chat log.
He is, isn't he? Like, he's not
Weird.
concerned. He's, you know, if Kayla didn't write back for 5 minutes, he was right onto that. He hasn't prompted the. He hasn't. He also hasn't asked what colour panties and bra he's wearing, so he's not getting the same treatment.
Armstrong. In other words, were you very frank with what you would like to do to her? I see you nodding your head yes.
Yes.
Okay, sir. And in looking here, I believe you transmitted quite a few photographs.
His legs were cramping. He just had to adjust.
Do you
himself.
recognize these photographs, Mr. Armstrong?
Ah, yes.
He's sitting down.
Is that you in the photographs?
I never sent her photographs of me.
Oh, there's that
So these are not
technicality.
you.
I never sent her photographs of me.
Are they you?
Who are these photographs?
Already making his loopholes.
Yep. And like, I mean, this guy is already fucking sick of him. Like, he's like, you know, is this you? Like, really highlights how well the you know, the people with the chat log did to put up with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I believe when you were out at the house, you identified these as your photographs.
No, she's only seen me on cam.
Oh,
Okay,
that
so
changes
this was your
everything.
webcam that you transmitted.
Yes.
But these
That's
are
not
you
it.
on your webcam.
He did send her pictures.
Did he?
At the very beginning, yeah. Of his dogs, at least.
Oh,
But
yeah,
he sent her
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's true. And he said I didn't send her any pictures. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing his mind's just focused on Mr. Penis at the moment, so he wasn't thinking about the pictures of Bud.
Sure.
But that's right, he did right at the start. He's like, and he sent her a picture of Daisy too.
And as soon as he could get her to accept watching his webcam, he didn't have any use for pictures anymore.
No, that's exactly right. Like, who wants pictures when you can get the live feed?
Oh.
Mr. Armstrong, we need you to talk to us if we're going to get any of this settled.
I'd like an attorney.
You like an attorney?
Little late for that, Lorne. 17 minutes into this interrogation.
All right.
All right.
Well, and what is it? 32 days into committing the crime.
Exactly right. And I mean, this guy doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's already nailed himself to the cross. Like, he's, you know, he's like, I want to tell. He's like, well, all right then. Like, it's not, you know, there's not anything that we don't already know.
It wasn't Lorne's worst move to ask for an attorney, though.
No,
It's a dumb time
not.
to do it, but not his worst move.
That's right. Like, it's too late, but definitely the right thing to do.
The time is now 9:23 p.m. Mr. Armstrong has invoked his right and requested to consult with an attorney. The recorder will be going off.
Mr. Armstrong, you have to hang with us for a little while longer. We got some paperwork to fill out, okay?
He was crying and crying and crying. He didn't ask him why they were rushing. Why are you rushing?
He also didn't ask to smoke a cigarette.
He didn't. I haven't finished my cigarette. Finally has some water. Oh yeah, you can just see a bit of the horseshoe. Lean forward, Lorne. What a spunk. Those pasty white legs. My God.
For someone that works outside a lot,
He's very
you'd think
white,
he'd
isn't
have
he?
a little more of a tan.
You would think so. We've got about 30 seconds left of the crying, guys. Soak it in. There we go. That is the interrogation. Oh man, that was pretty good.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time, or maybe just the impression that you got from Lorne when you first watched TCAP? Like, how do you think he came off with all this crying?
Like, I mean, when I first watched it, and I mean, I'd never feel sorry for a child predator, but like, I would be lying if I didn't say that, you know, you did feel like, well, I did feel a tinge of sadness for him. Like, not really, because at the end of the day, like, I know what he was trying to do, but he seemed really, really sad and pathetic, and I think I've said before, like, I almost felt like he was, I I mean, I know he's stupid, but like he was actually maybe a bit mentally incapacitated. So I did almost feel like the first watch, I did almost feel a bit like, is this, does he fully understand what he was going to do in that? I mean, I obviously do not think that now, but that would have been my first impressions if I remember correctly. What about you?
I remember thinking that it seemed like he was actually in love with the girl that he thought he was talking to.
Absolutely.
It seemed different than a lot of the other predators that it seemed like he was crying because it broke his heart that she wasn't real.
Definitely. Absolutely. Like that was my my thoughts. And look, my thoughts for a while, to be honest, is that it was the loss of that relationship he thought he had that was, making him the saddest.
What do you think now?
I don't think he. I think as soon as he, look, I think up to a point, I think he was, because like we said, I think still even while he's in that interrogation, he thought Kayla was real, just that she had been caught. But those tears, they are 100% for him, not for her. Like he couldn't give a fuck. Like in his mind, he has moved from being, sad that relationship's over to all about him, and absolutely no thoughts about Jesus, what I was about to do to a child or anything.
No.
It's just, how could this happen to me?
Or why would they do this to me?
Exactly right. I've only had an OUI. Like, why would they do this to me? He's fucking shit. But geez, that was funny. Like, that interrogation footage is always so funny. So we will start wrapping up there soon, guys.
Did you want to thank the hosts and the readers?
I did. That's exactly what I was about to do.
Perfect.
So very good segue. So yeah, I do have a few people I want to thank, because this has been like, to say it's been a joint effort is an understatement. Like So I did want to thank all the hosts. We've had quite a few, and we've had quite a few that have done different nights. So thank you to Reerg, Cybersqueak, Slash, Goodnyew, Lifestyle Guru, Hippo's Tail, Downhour's Power, Cali, Slimebucket, Witch Lady, Punkpansy, and Highstakes Game. So really appreciate it, guys. It's I was not available for like the first 2.5 weeks of this, so without you guys this wouldn't have happened. So thank you. And I also want to thank the readers. There was quite a few readers that joined host throughout it, so thank you to obviously yourself, Cornhole Three-Way, to Thanks. William, to Mr. Smearcase, Donde Lieta, Cybersqueak again, Sude23, Edamame, Tickle Shivers, Awhnest, Gay Mangoes, the great Bapstby, Yurika's mum, Trent Oguin, Dan Cubes, and Polynomial Purebred. So thank you, guys. Thank you to Asbury Brad for the stream art that I use throughout all of my ones. Thank you to DJ Payne 1 for the awesome song that they made and released especially for Lornt, and for giving us the chance to debut it. Like, I genuinely appreciate that, and it's a fucking banger, obviously, and we will be going out with that one tonight.
And Amanda James is another reader. Sorry.
Oh, I missed Amanda James. That is, and I'll definitely thank you to Amanda James for reading with me. Like, that was so much fun. I don't often listen back to my streams because I really cringe at the sound of my voice, but that and a few others I had to listen back to because it was great time. So thank you, Amanda James, and I'm going to add that to my list now. So thank you to DJ Payne 1. We'll go out with that one. Big thank you to the great Bapstby, because like this whole concept is is because of her. Like, she came up with this. She's done it for so many years. I'm really hoping that she takes it back next year because she is the master. This was just a temporary thing here, but thank you. Just right from the start when Bapstby started doing this, she always got the tone exactly right and got the right balance between. Because for me, Lornt and reading the chat logs every night really serves as a reminder for the kind of monster that this motherfucker is. But Bapstby had such a good blend of that, but not getting bogged down in all the disgusting shit there, having a laugh with it and that, so we can get through it. So thank you so much, and obviously thank you for reading with me. Whenever we get to stream is a real highlight, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that I know Bapstby's schedule has been quite busy this year, so to make time to do that with me, I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone that has joined all the streams. I know it's been a bit short notice and it's been jumping around, but you guys are what makes this all good. If you guys don't show up, we're just talking to ourselves, which I do that a lot anyway, but it is nice to have someone to share that with. And look, honestly, thank you once again to you, Cornhole Three-Way. Like, I'm not being ridiculous when I say without you this doesn't happen. I couldn't have put this all together. The amount of time you've put into going back and forth with hosts and readers, getting all that set in, getting the list together, and there's been even more than that. I genuinely appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I was happy to help, and it really made me appreciate what Bapstby did, because what I did was quite a tiny fraction of what she did every year. I really appreciate her doing that. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always appreciated, but I have a newfound appreciation for what Bapstby does every year, because I didn't even do half of it, and I am fucking spent. So thank you to Bapstby. So yeah, kind of any final thoughts, I guess, before we wrap up this Lornemas stream, and I guess wrap up Lornt for another year.
No, today I'm glad it's over.
So you don't have the same kind of tinge of sadness that you've had other years.
Oh, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I think I'm the same. Like I've really enjoyed this. This has been a wonderful stream. I've really enjoyed this stream. I'm ready for it to be over, but probably come, next week I'm like, oh man, I wish it was Lorne again.
Yeah.
So okay, well, look, thank you, everyone. This has been a real treat. Bend over is gay, don't forget. And we will see you all again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
The turtle's name was Yancy. 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 The turtle's name was Yancy. Yancy. Yancy.
She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Yancy makes me dancing.
She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Can't help but shake my panties.
She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Yancy makes me dancing.
She shake it like jelly.
Can't help but shake my panties. The turtle's name was Yancy. 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 The turtle's name was Yancy. Yancy makes me dancing. Can't help but shake my panties.
Not fucking yours, and she tried to tell you that before.
She shake it like jelly.
I don't have a big belly.
Off the juice, acting loose.
I got some thinking to do.
Yancy makes me dancing. The turtle's name was Yancy.
Yancy.
Yancy. The turtle's name was Yancy.
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 She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Yancy makes me dancing.
She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Can't help but shake my panties.
She a baddie, she showing her panties.
Yancy makes me dancing.
She shake it like jelly.
Can't help but shake my panties.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink.
Stop putting me down!
I can't say his name, cause he be cheap. I love you, baby. Yeah.
You like the cheaters?
I'm out here in Miami.
The turtle's name was Yancy.
Looking for the hoochie daddy.